You think your worst school memory is failing a test? Imagine sitting in class when the principal's voice breaks through the intercom. This is not a drill. The doors lock. The lights go out. And then you hear screaming from the hallway. Today, we're diving into 3 terrifying true stories of school lockdowns that will leave you breathless. From a maniac pounding on doors, to a registered sex offender lurking outside, to a deadly encounter in a basement, these are moments when survival was the only thing that mattered. Stay with me, if you dare. Story 1. The Man at the Door. It was a boring Friday afternoon in calculus class. No tests, no stress, just an easygoing teacher playing quiz games on Sporkle. The whole room was buzzing with anticipation for spring break. Then, the principal's panicked voice rang through the intercom. This is not a drill. Lockdown now. The teacher, normally laid back, rushed to turn off the lights, his face pale with fear. We huddled in the back, silent, holding our breath. The school cut power, total darkness. Then, from the hallway, the sound of footsteps, followed by blood-curdling screams. 2 girls started sobbing. The screams got closer. Then bang, bang, bang on the lockers. A voice, wild and deranged. "I'll kill all of you." The pounding shifted to our classroom door. Someone whispered, "No, a mistake." The banging grew violent. "Open up," the voice howled. The door shook under his fists. Time stopped. Then silence. He moved down the hall, his screams fading. Minutes later, the principal announced that a mentally unstable man had assaulted the front desk staff and wandered into the school. Security never found him that day. But weeks later, a janitor discovered him sleeping in a storage closet. Rumors swirled that he had a .44 Magnum in his pocket. To this day, we never learned if he was caught, or if he was ever stopped. Story 2. The Man in the Window. October. Rainy. Overcast. First lunch period had just begun when boom, 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 boom. Screams erupted. Some kids thought it was thunder. But when security burst in, shouting for everyone to move, fear spread like wildfire. We were shoved into the multi-purpose room. Security covered the glass windows. Teachers blocked every exit. My friend Eric asked a staff member what was happening. He came back, his face pale. Some crazy guy barricaded himself in his house near the school. He's threatening to shoot the cops. Worse, he was a registered sex offender, and he had been seen lurking outside the school, watching kids. For an hour, we sat in tense silence, trapped. Only after it was safe were we escorted back to class. Later, my friend Brandy told me she lived next door to the guy, and last Halloween, she saw him cutting his arm at his window, writing in blood, "Don't come here or I'll kill you." That night, I locked every door and window in my house. Story 3. The Basement Escape. Fresh out of college, I landed a tech job at my old high school. It was quiet, tucked away in the messy basement, but I had a cozy office with a fridge, AC, and even a flat-screen TV. One afternoon, while eating lunch, my phone rang. Lockdown. Possible armed intruder. I turned off the lights. My office had no door, just an open archway. The basement door didn't even lock. My coworkers weren't there. I was alone. Minutes passed. Then, the basement door creaked open. Footsteps. Fast. Rushing down the stairs. My heart pounded. I slid under my desk, barely breathing. A shadow entered the office. Stopped. Silence. Then my phone buzzed. A text. My stomach twisted as I read it. "Dude, some guy shot Mr. Buckley. He's in a red shirt and hat. Don't come upstairs." My blood ran cold. The man in my office? Red shirt. Red and black cap. He turned toward me. I saw his eyes. Wild. Calculating. "Is there an exit down here?" he asked. Shaking, I pointed toward the back. My mind raced. I had seconds to decide, stall or run. Before I could react, a deafening gunshot echoed through the basement. The bullet ricocheted off metal. I bolted, sprinting up the stairs. More footsteps behind me. As I reached the top, police tackled him at the exit. Mr. Buckley survived. The gunman had a grudge. No one ever knew why. But that moment, the sound of that gunshot in the dark, I'll hear it forever. Lessons and aftermath. These stories aren't just entertainment. They're terrifying reminders of how fragile safety really is. Schools should be sanctuaries, not hunting grounds for the disturbed and dangerous. But reality doesn't care about what's supposed to be safe. The first intruder? Never caught. Could be anywhere. The second? A reminder that threats don't always come from outside. They can live right next door. And the third? A near miss. If that bullet had landed just inches differently, I might not be here to tell this story. What do you think? Should schools do more? Have you ever experienced something terrifying like this? Let's talk about it in the comments. If these stories chilled you to the bone, don't leave without letting me know. Drop a comment about which story hit you hardest. Share your own experiences. And if you think safety in schools needs to change, let's spread awareness. Hit that like button so more people see this. Most importantly, subscribe and turn on notifications. You never know when a new horror story will drop. And trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Stay safe, stay aware, and I'll see you in the next nightmare.